By 323 BCE, one man had conquered most of the known world and set up an empire that extended from Greece to India. The name of the general was Alexander, today known as Alexander the Great. He was the son of King Philip II, ruler of Macedonia, a small but powerful Greek kingdom. In 336 BCE, Philip was murdered and Alexander became king, although he was only 20 years old. Alexander was an ambitious and brilliant general. In 334, he invaded the great Persian Empire ruled by Darius III. After a series of remarkable victories, Alexander then went on to conquer a vast empire running from Egypt in the west to India in the east. When Alexander died, aged only 33, he had led his armies at least 12,000 miles, or 19,000 kilometers. As a young man, Alexander was brave and intelligent. He was taught by the Greek philosopher Aristotle, from whom he developed a lifelong interest in philosophy and encouraged the spread of Greek culture throughout the known world. After he died, his empire was divided, but he is still considered one of the greatest generals who ever lived. The army that Alexander led into Persia, or modern-day Iran, consisted mostly of infantry or foot soldiers. But he is still considered one of the greatest generals who ever lived. The army that Alexander led into Persia, which is modern-day Iran, consisted mostly of infantry or foot soldiers equipped with long spears. The infantry fought in a formation known as the phalanx, which was, quite effective. In 332 BCE, Alexander founded the city of Alexandria, named after himself, on the Mediterranean coast. It soon became a great port and a center of Greek culture and learning, attracting poets and scientists from all over the world. Today, Alexandria is the second largest city in Egypt. Alexander rode into battle on a beautiful horse called Bucephalus. According to legend, Bucephalus was completely wild and responded only to Alexander. When Bucephalus died, Alexander built a monument in town called Bucephala in honor of him. The city still exists in Pakistan today. Alexander fought many battles. Usually he had an enemy, but he won because his men were well trained and equipped. At the Battle of Issus in 333 BCE, Alexander, with 36,000 men, defeated Darius and his 110,000 troops. 2 years later, with a force of 45,000 men, Alexander again overwhelmed Darius and his 100,000 soldiers at the Battle of Guagamela.